Hey, Lucas here. Today I want to add to the list of all of the things that you are, or at least you should be worrying about as far as nutrition and health goes. So there's a lot of things that we are very well aware of, that they've been publicized over the last 5-10 years, and we understand them. We understand we shouldn't smoke. We understand we shouldn't eat sugar. And if you do, you're making a decision. You're making a conscious decision, which is fine. But what's scary is that there's a lot of things like that that are not at all known, and people eat certain things, and they think they're making healthy decisions, making good decisions, where in fact, those choices are as bad as smoking. And one of those things that no one really knows about is the issue of omega-6 fatty acids, which I'll refer to as a very toxic fat, a highly toxic fat that's everywhere. Our vegetables are cooked in it or dressed in it. Our salads are dressed in it. Our meats are cooked in it. Everything is now being cooked in highly inflammatory toxic fats. And what a toxic fat means is, well, first of all, what it is for the most part, it's peanut oil, it's canola oil, it's safflower oil, and basically vegetable oils. And so the problem with those is that essentially they contain an imbalance of essential fatty acids that our body need. So one fatty acid that we cannot make, we need to get from our diet, is that omega-6 fatty acid that I mentioned. But that fatty acid needs to be balanced with another essential fatty acid called the omega-3 fatty acid. And if you're getting too much of the omega-6 and not enough of the omega-3, if they're not equal, what happens is that wreaks havoc on your body. And I'll do a video about what actually happens, but to put it in simplest terms, omega-6 is a fatty acid that goes around and breaks things down. It's an inflammatory hormone that goes around and destroys things. And as bad as that sounds, it's actually crucial to the body functioning really well, because we need to sort of recycle things and break little parts and then rebuild them so that we stay sort of fresh, right? But then if you break something, you need to rebuild it. And the omega-3 fatty acid is that guy that rebuilds it. So if you have a balance of these two guys, this guy breaking things up and this guy rebuilding it, you're fine, you're really healthy. But if you have a lot more of this than this guy, the omega-3, not too good, right? And this is huge right now in the American diet. We're getting 20 times, on average, 20 times as much omega-6 as omega-3. And guess what happens? Well, you're inflamed, there's all of this stuff going on, your hormones can't work as well as they should, your enzymes can't work as well as they should, all the signaling inside of your body is really messed up, and that's where you get all of these modern diseases that we're now being plagued with. So be very careful with this, be very cautious. It's a highly sensitive issue, and it's kind of subtle. It's not like sugar where you see a cookie and it's loaded with some high fructose corn syrup or just sugar or honey or whatever, and you shouldn't eat it. No, it's kind of subtle. You see veggies at Whole Foods hot bar, and you think you're making a healthy choice by eating a full plate of them, but guess what they're dressed with? Canola oil. And that's really inflammatory, really damaging. So you might have as well not eaten them, and you would have been a lot better off. So pay attention to this stuff. It's really important, and I think in the coming years you will see a surge in the interest in that topic, and it will be publicized and as important as sugar, avoiding sugar. So really pay attention and make sure you're not adding too much omega-6 in your diet, and you're not inflamed. Until next time.